Welcome back to another episode of Money Talks with Dad.
NextGen.
All right, so when we left off last time, you guys were supposed to take the next 4 weeks of tracking everything you spent.
Yes.
How's that going?
Good. We just did it on a note.
You did on a note?
Yeah.
Josh would be very proud.
Yeah. In fact, Kayli went and added all of the spending, and we found out how much we each had left.
Okay.
We probably spent, I think he said it was like 2,700. Something like
Well,
that.
did that surprise you?
Not really, no. Because
So-
this last month, we had so many random spendings. Like, we dropped $400 on our cat
Oh my
because she had
gosh.
to get her, was it spayed? She had to get spayed. And then, yeah. And then this month we also started.
So vaccines, because Kaylee doesn't have a mic.
Yeah, and vaccines. And then Valentine's Day I bought some stuff. And then we started going to the gym, so we started eating healthier, and protein powder is expensive.
Yeah,
and
you got
everything,
slammed on the video with Corinne by saying that you only spent $200 to $300 a month on groceries.
I meant $200 to $300 a week.
Yep. And that was a big jump. We did talk about that last time on eating healthy can cost a lot more money. So do you remember what I said? Now that you know, obviously the cat getting spayed is a one-time thing. But do you remember what we suggested with things like animals where you know they might get hurt or sick or have vet bills?
Yeah, you leave like that, like $20, $15 a month, just to build up like kind of an emergency savings for each like thing like that.
Yep, absolutely. And then you talked about, I don't think you have car registration in there because that was before you were tracking.
Yeah, I mean, I just got the truck in August, so I won't have to register for a bit.
Yeah. So next episode, I believe we're going to start talking about the different types of savings. And I know you guys have some goals, but have you started looking at areas where the two of you as a new married couple have said, I can't believe we're spending that much money on this?
Mostly Shadow.
On the cat?
Yeah. Like litter and food's kind of expensive.
Yeah, try having 2 giant Great Danes.
We will not.
Or like Courtney's golden retriever was very, very high maintenance.
I mean, she racked up the vet bills too.
Yeah. So animals are definitely something that are a surprise. Kids obviously are a lot bigger surprise. We talked a lot about that with Corinne's. How have you adjusted your lifestyle with going to the gym? Because that's a monthly charge.
Well, so yeah, that has a lot going into it. One is while it's the winter, my truck is nicer than her car because it has like heated seats. It's got the remote start and everything, so it's warm for us. And her car doesn't have any of that. But her car gets like 20 miles per gallon more than my truck. And so right now we're using more gas than we used to. But then there's also kind of like a little temptation while we're out there. Like in the past 2 nights in a row, we've been to Target. We spent a lot of money on what did we get? We actually had stuff to get. Like there were things to get. But then we also shopped around and grabbed a couple things we didn't need to get. And so it's not just adjusting to the gym. It's like we're going to a new part of the area that we don't usually go because we're in New Kent, so we don't have a lot going on here.
Yeah, we live in an area where, I mean, the only shopping is a Food Lion.
Yeah.
And
And even
gyms are quite expensive
Yeah.
compared to going to either Williamsburg or Richmond.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we can't do DoorDash where we live. They don't deliver to where we're at. But, you know, I get it too because every time we're in Williamsburg or Richmond, it's like, well, there's a restaurant. In fact, you know, tonight Mom's like, hey, we're going to be in Williamsburg. We should go out to eat. Well, when you're at home and you're not leaving the house, you're going to just make food at home because you don't have those choices. So that's something that I think you guys, again, when we start talking about your savings goals, you're going to have to start getting more disciplined, because part of your budget will be that specific savings. And I don't want to get ahead of that, so we'll come back to that next episode. Your brother-in-law for Christmas got you guys what?
Oh, he like sent us, because he has the You Need a Budget app. He sent us a thing where we get it for a year for free. We just haven't used it because we were told to track our money first.
Yeah. So now that you've done a month, do you guys think you're ready to start putting categories and money, like spending amounts in?
Yeah, I think we'll have to like kind of pull some of the things out, like for like a regular spending, because there's been a lot of irregular stuff happening this last month.
Yeah. So, and you'll get familiar with it. The one thing that I think is important for everybody just starting out is don't try to make it perfect. There's sometimes I remember, and of course we didn't have phone apps back in the 1900s when I started doing this, but we did have computer programs and spreadsheets and things like that. I don't know how many times where we'd be 2 or 3 months in and it's like, oh my gosh, scrap this thing. Like we totally blew our budget and we didn't realize we were spending so much. So don't feel like it has to be perfect. You can always literally wipe out all the categories you put in and start over, or be like we talked about in a different episode of, we had to start breaking out convenience store spending because we were spending so much money on that. It was under our food budget before.
Yeah.
You know, so I think the main thing is to just start using it, because again, you have a lot of savings goals starting with college. So you got to start cutting out areas of spending, and the best way to do that is to say, and Corinne does this a lot, oh, I had $100 a week for this item and I just spent $125. I got to find $25 from somewhere else. So that, I think that's one of the most important things on the budgeting, is just start doing it. And whatever, maybe you find out you like the note better. I don't understand that. Anissa's husband, Josh, Anissa does Cody's social media. He's like the biggest accounting nerd I've ever known, and I figured he had some big spreadsheet. Nope, he still uses a note on his iPhone, which I don't understand, but whatever works for you needs to work. But definitely, I think your homework now is get your bank accounts syncing in, and start just categorizing things with the general things you were tracking. And if the amount you have in there is wrong, next month set it to something else, or wipe it out and start a new budget. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, like our gas budget will fluctuate throughout the year. That'll probably be the biggest thing changing.
Yeah, definitely. So, anything else you learned on your spending,
Kayli? No, I don't think so.
So cats are expensive.
Yeah.
Especially when they're 4 years old and haven't really had a lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
Temptation, I think, is something that we all fall for. Everybody has different ones. And so the discipline to know, okay, we have goals. We need to start being more careful with our money, I think is one of the most important things. So I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
All right. Good job.